Welcome to my last game for now. There's probably more to come. Well, there could be more to come if you decide this is a popular series. There's lots of Immortal games out there, but for now, this is my last one of the Immortal chess game series. And I've saved a beauty for last. This game we're going to look at is the so-called Peruvian Immortal game. Now, I'll let you be the judge after watching all of these 5 videos which game you think deserves the highest accolade and the real title of being the all-time immortal chess game. This one was a spectacular game played by Peruvian master and later a grandmaster by the name Esteban Canal. He was playing an unknown amateur in a simultaneous exhibition in Budapest in 1934. It's a very short game, only 14 moves, but White sacrifices his rooks and his queen. And really, in order to get the immortal title, you do need to sacrifice most of your army to deliver checkmate. This is the immortal touch, as we have seen so far. And it delivers a Boden's mate. If you see my series on checkmate patterns, you'll know what a Boden's mate is. It's a very charming game, and let's now dive in. So, it starts with e4. And now the Scandinavian. Now, don't tell John Bartholomew I said this, but one of the worst openings you can play against e4. I'm joking, you can play anything as long as you know it well, but White can now bring the queen out into the middle of the board, and knight to c3, gain some useful tempo against that queen, queen a5. Now again, another video I have done in this how to play against the Scandinavian. I recommend bishop to c4 here, but d4 is the main line, gaining some space. c6, so the queen can come back to safety, but black's lost a lot of time. Knight to f3, simple development. Black plays bishop g4, pinning that knight. Bishop to f4, developing. e6. This is why black moved his bishop here first of all. He doesn't want his bishop on c8 trapped there, so quite a sensible play from black so far. And now white plays h3. This is a very typical move, and this is the kind of move I often just play. It's simple. It asks your opponent the question, what are you going to do with your bishop? I call it a kick move. When someone moves a piece into your own half, give it a little kick. And I don't really like black's next move. I think black should have played bishop h5. g4 is a possibility, but then the bishop comes to g6. White has a nice space advantage, but maybe black could claim white is even overextended with this g4 move. After bishop takes f3, white answers queen takes f3, and his position to me is looking quite harmonious now. Black plays the most active move, bishop b4. And again, there's still not so much going on. White plays very simply with bishop to e2. Just developing. And like most of these games, maybe the first Immortal game I showed is an exception, that crazy King's Gambit. But most of these Immortal games, they actually start quite normally. You can't create a piece of artwork if you're using, the wrong tools. And what I mean by that is you need to follow the basic rules of chess. Develop, get your pieces in right squares, then it's much more likely that an artwork will occur if you follow good foundations. Black plays knight d7, and here a3 played, and around here black starts to go wrong. This bishop b4 was an active move, but maybe it's not correct, because if you ever take on c3, and let's say you try something like knight to f6, one move away from castling, bishop d6 is a very strong square for that bishop, stopping castling and gaining a nice dark square control. So black's next move is logical. He thinks, right, well, you're not threatening to take my bishop because I'm going to get your rook and the other rook, so I'm actually just going to castle queenside now. But here we see a beautiful finish from the player of the white pieces. Now, again, all of these games that I've shown in this series, they have been immortal. There have been something absolutely otherworldly about them, I think it's fair to say. But they've all come from certain things that one player has noticed in the position. I mean, here, you can note that this bishop is cutting that king off. So you should note certain patterns in order to make certain tactics work. The king is actually in a bit of a diabolical position, and if you know about Boden's mate, the next idea should become a lot clearer for you. So can you see the idea here? It's white to play and win. What is the idea here? Pause if you want to. I mean, castling is okay, forcing the bishop to move, but there's something much stronger. Look for aggression. Well, the winning idea was now white goes about sacrificing both of his rooks and his queen, so a total of 18 points to deliver checkmate. Pawn takes b4. Black now has to take the rook, there's no choice. King to d2. The black queen can't come back on any squares on the a file because they're all controlled by a white piece. So he has to take the other rook. Queen takes h1, gaining 2 rooks. And now the power of this becomes clear. It's a crisscross checkmate. Can you see it? Queen takes c6 check. Actually a very common way that this Boden's checkmate occurs. First played by Boden, hence the name. And after pawn takes c6, a6 is now available. And what white has done here, he's moved the black queen away from defending that square. For example, if the queen was still on a1, black would be winning. But not anymore, because of bishop a6, Boden's checkmate, or the so-called crisscross, leading to the immortal Peruvian game. Now, I just want to show you another example of this checkmate extremely quickly. Alekhine had a similar checkmate. I'm going to blast through the moves. Alekhine was white, and one thing about chess is when you start to recognize patterns, then things become much easier. And already you might be seeing a pattern here that this bishop is very strong. And if we go a little bit further down the game, Alekhine, ex-world champion, was white here. After b6, you should be noting the same similarities we just saw in the Peruvian Immortal game. The black king is trapped. That's the same thing. Can you get a crisscross checkmating? Can you somehow get a check from the other side? And here, I'm going to leave you a little puzzle you can discuss below. I'm not even going to show the answer. It's white to play and force checkmate in the similar fashion to the Peruvian Immortal game. So far, that's all I'm going to do in this range. We may do more as we think of more immortal games. There's been plenty of beautiful games played in the history of chess. I'd be very interested to hear about what games you think should be given the immortal status. It really has to be something special to be given that. Maybe you have even played one yourself. And I'd also be very interested to hear which of these 5 games which I've picked as being immortal chess games rates the most highly for you. But for now, thank you so much for listening to me, and hopefully I'll be back in the future for more of these videos. Bye for now.